I want you to hear something that Trump is saying about childcare, right? And it is ridiculous. And I'm going to get into how much it would actually cost a year for America to go to universal childcare, where the government pay for it all, for working families only. That's only people that deserve it, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and play what Trump has to say, and let's get into this conversation.
Because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it, too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up, but it's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things, they can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard exactly what Donald Trump said. He said that this country can't afford to take care of daycare or Medicare or anything that's going to benefit the citizens. Only thing this country should worry about is military. The only thing you should worry about is war. War doesn't build up a country. War doesn't benefit the citizens. It benefits military contractors. It benefits corporations who make weapons. It benefits all those people, right? But it doesn't benefit the average, mom and dad here in America who have a child. Now, recently, the Pentagon had asked Congress for $200 billion more for this conflict they have with Iran. Well, did some research and some cross-referencing with my friendly assistant, ChatGPT, and you know what it came up and said? That if we had universal child care for working families, because the parameter I asked it was, how much would it cost the United States per year to give universal child care to working families? Now, this is the parameters I said it in. Working families don't matter the income, because I think people shouldn't be discriminated against for the amount of money they're making. Sorry, I just don't believe that. But if you're an American citizen, you should be rewarded for working hard and getting from the bottom to a certain spot. Okay, but we're talking about children. And for working families. Now, how would I set it up? You say, Phil, okay, if you wrote that law, how would you do it? I would have a special division in the Health and Human Services, where one, that's all they're over is the Universal Child Care Program. We'll get all the daycares that are supposed to be registered with the government, right? And of course, they have to do certain paperwork, certain inspections, because we don't want no quality learning centers, right, out there. And it have to be for working families. And what I mean by working families, if you work part-time, if you work full-time, your children can go. If you're not working part-time or full-time, then no, your children need to be at home with you. Just that simple. It's for working families. So mom and dad can go to work and don't have to worry about where I'm going to leave my children. You understand what I'm saying? That's number one, working families. But the estimation is it will cost America $150 billion, $50 billion less than what the Pentagon is asking for more money for war. We could have universal child care where no parent pay a thing. It could be free on the United States government. Now, anybody with any kind of common sense would be like, yeah, I support that because, hey, daycare is ridiculous. What would they do? That would help daycare centers make sure they can scale. That would help open up more daycares. They say, hey, at least I know I'm guaranteed to get the money by the federal government, right? So it would benefit all the way around. The more parents can work, guess what happens, government? More taxes, right? Trump is saying, I don't want to do no set-asides for the citizens. Let the states do that. Maybe we can lower their taxes. And you heard what he said. He said maybe they can raise their taxes on the people. So raise taxes on the people when the federal government has the money to pay $150 billion to that program. Then at the same breath, Trump and them want to talk about, oh, we need to have more babies. Oh, we need Trump accounts where they're paying parents $1,000. It's not worth it if you're going to pay a mortgage payment for child care. It would be worth it if you did universal child care and a Trump account. then it would be worth having kids. But on top of that, you would have to get prices down. Because, okay, let's say you're getting free health care, free child care and a Trump account money. Now you still got to get gas prices down. You got to get food costs down. You got to get prices down all over the place. So it's not just that one thing. Who would want to have a child listen, it's not wise to have a child and you're financially struggling. It's not wise for you or that child. Why bring a child in the world to suffer when you're not ready financially? Right? Listen, I've had children. I got grown ones and I've had little ones. And for real, kids cost money, especially you put them in extracurricular activities. Don't even talk about you put them in private school. Kids cost money. They do. And if I was a young man with not making much, I wouldn't want to have no kids. Not at all. Or young lady. You can't ask young people to be having kids or writing articles. Why young people aren't getting married like they used to? I mean, first of all, they haven't really had good role models in that. That's number one. But number two, they're not trying to have no kids like that, a lot of them. Now, in our community, unfortunately, we got an issue with that, just having kids, unfortunately. That's a big unfortunate because I don't get how a dude just get a young lady pregnant. I don't get it. Hey, that's the one thing I didn't. I had a rule, and I stuck to my rule. I said if I had never got married, I would never have kids because I refuse to bring a child in the world and I'm not married. Sorry, I don't do the baby daddy thing, and I didn't want to do that. But I got married, and that's how I had my children. So I stuck to that. So men can stick to that if they would like to. But just making these children out here with no father, no mother in the house together. No. Y'all came together to make that kid, come together to raise it too. You know what I'm saying? But this country can pay for that. They can pay. But they're so greedy. You're so worried about dropping bombs instead of raising the next generation. And you talk about other nations and immigrants having all the kids and all these different things, and y'all not having kids. That's why, because immigrants not thinking about dropping bombs on people. They're about family creation. They're about getting it in, having kids. Black folks used to be that way. We used to have 10, 12 kids in our families in one marriage. But unfortunately, black folks kind of got in a way, let some of the folks rub off on them so they're not, having kids like they used to. But having kids is going to grow your population. Now, the folks not having kids, because, the way the folks feel, if I'm not financially comfortable, I'm not having a child because they're so used to it. So now they are kind of not comfortable right now. They're disruptive right now. So I don't know if I want no kid. I'm cool on the kid. And that's just really what it is. So you care about bombs and missiles, but you don't care about taking care of the kids. Well, stop asking people to have kids, bro. Stop that. Stop talking about white babies, Elon Musk. Because those white babies got to go to childcare too. It's not just the black ones. I know y'all so worried, and the reason why we don't have these things, right? Is because of us. They'll be cool with it if we couldn't get it. But they are so hateful that they'd rather not have universal child care than have black children with black parents who would have to work too get universal child care. That's really what it is. Same thing with universal health care. They could have been had that, but just because they have hatred for us and they want us to have free health care, they don't have it. I mean, I told y'all before, that's a level of dedication that I would never want around me. That level of dedication. No, Lord. That is some hatefulness. I tell you that. But $150 billion would solve a lot of America's problems. And yet this government don't want to do it. Democrats or Republicans, Democrats and all, they say affordable. Affordable, no, we say free. You know where you get the $150 billion from? Take it from that military budget. The military got enough. Y'all give them almost $1 billion a year. I'm sorry, almost $1 trillion a year. Take 150 out of there and go ahead and apply that to universal free child care. That'll be better for the nation. But these people are not thinking about nation building. They're thinking about greed and war.